Hi all, it's Barb. Welcome to my craft studio. I've got a haul to share with you. I'll be right back. Okay, today I went to Target, Hobby Lobby, and Dollar Tree. We also went to Meijer, but I don't think I bought anything at Meijer that I have to share. Oh, I also went to Marshall's. I don't know if there's really anything in there. Oh, hubby did buy a new cup. We've looked at these ones before at other places for him, and I think this went for like 40 bucks. Well, it says compare it for 28, but I swear it cost more than that. Other places I've seen it. It was $19.99. First we found one, and it was had like a pink background, and he said he wanted it. And I said, "You're okay with it being pink?" And he said, "Yeah." And then I happened to notice that one, and I went over. I said, "Which one would you rather have?" And he says, "The white one." So, and I bought some more watermelon slices for me out here. She had another couple little glass jars that I have something else, and my daughter's in there. I told her to bring that in. Dollar Tree. Oh, I did buy one thing at Meijer. They had the Post-it notes, like I bought last week at Target, but they were about half the price of Target. I swear the ones at Target were like $6, and these were $3.29. So I decided I would go ahead and buy another pack. It's the only reason I didn't buy two last week is because they were so expensive. I'm like, I can just get by. Oh, I did also buy this at Target for the cat. You put treats in, and then they're supposed to move the pieces. I thought I'd see if she would do it. She has started playing with toys like that you have to move. At first, she just looked at me like, what is this? What am I supposed to do with this, Mom? That's kind of how she looked at me. My daughter bought this fabric. She's got an old entertainment center that she put in her room, and she wants me to make like a cushioned cover to put on it for the cat, for her cat to be able to sit on and look out the window. I want to do that over here where I have the one. Right now I just have a piece of rug that she can kind of claw at or whatever. I do eventually want to put make a cushion for there too. So. Dollar Tree, I went through my crayons the other day, and I was dividing the full boxes up. So I had one in my craft room and one kind of back there for him to color with. And I discovered that these two I only had one box of, so I bought another one. These two I wasn't sure if I had, so I just bought one box. I'll check and see if I have them. If I do, I'll have it. And I have extra, well, I'll just give them to my daughter or something. But otherwise, I could add them to a giveaway thing, I guess, but I'd like 2 boxes of each. So if I don't have them, I'll probably have to buy another box. I'm trying to create a nice little crayon station. One that I can just keep in the craft room, and then one that can go anywhere. Hubby wanted some more of the hard cherry candies. I'll have to pack this back up. Oh, this one's mine. I put this here on purpose. I have one more Target item. I found this little notebook in the Bullseye Playground. They had 3 different ones. One was set up like planner style, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And I'm like, I don't want that one. But I liked this one. I really like the cover. It's got a magnetic closure, and then this is what the paper looks like this on all the pages. But I like that one. There was another one I liked that had like a checkerboard cover, and the paper was also checkerboard. I thought that one was cute, and maybe eventually I'll pick that one up. But for now, just get that. Hobby Lobby. Now, I swear I've seen people at their Hobby Lobbies have this type of paper marked down months ago. Mine just marked it down. So I bought this one. This was the smallest size on clearance that I've seen. It's 11 by 16. It's Bristol. It's excellent for mixed media and sequential art, it says. So I thought I would get that just to have play around with. I'll slide it over there by my larger paper. I found a lot of clearance stuff at Hobby Lobby. One more Dollar Tree item. I needed one little corner bunting for my railing over there. I kind of made do with one I had, and it doesn't hang the best. I think that'll work better. I wanted a motion activated light because I took 2 of the cubes in our bedroom and I put locked IKEA inserts in them. The cubes are not IKEA, they're Target, so they don't fit precisely right. I'm struggling. I think I'm actually going to have to finally just take some glue and glue the one panel in because it keeps wanting to slip out. The screw just will not go in that side no matter what I do. So I think I'm going to just glue it on. I'm fine with it. But I wanted a little light in there because sometimes when I open it up, if we have our overhead light on, I can't really see real well because we have a medicine carousel that has 30 days. So at the end of the day, I take our empty one and put it away, and then I take out the next day's and put it where I keep them. I like to keep them under lock and key with hubby's issues, but I decided to go ahead and pick that up, which I should run down to the pharmacy and see if they have. The doctor asked how he was doing because he had a neurologist appointment today, and he's struggling. He's doing worse. I know that. They had a lot of ribbon on sale, so I picked up this. I don't think it's wired because it doesn't say anything, but it was really pretty. It had ladybugs on it. I see ladybugs and I think of my sister. Growing up, my mom and dad were big into the CB radio. They even belonged to a CB club. So all of us kids, I think all 6 of us had CB handles. My older sister's was ladybug. So she collects ladybugs. So I seen this and it made me think of her because a ladybug. I was looking to see if I find something that I could tuck her into. You know what? We'll share these right now from Target. I kind of forgot they were sitting right there. I bought 4 more of those Bright Room 12s. They measure 11.8 by 11.8. So you couldn't put 12 by 12 paper in it, but it does store a nice size and it works well. I'm using it for storing my washi and my miniature inks. I was at one time thinking about bead, but I think I found bead storage that I won't need those for, but that will also fit in that same size insert. I want to throw my item down here. I bought 4 of those. I think that'll finish off what I need them for. I found this one for 87 cents in yellow. I found this one that was kind of a rainbow. I really like that. That one was also 87 cents. This one was 87 cents. I bought that one with a friend in mind. We'll go into, I gotta get our friend mail package off to her eventually. It was on clearance. That one was $1.74. That last one I told you. This little ice cream cone one was $1.37. I'm thinking about making little dangles for each of my planners, and I thought that one would be pretty on like my August one for summer. I always kind of do that theme, and I thought this one would be cute for a fall one. So for me, it'd probably be either September or November because that one was $1.74. This one, did I show this one already? This is similar to the other one I showed, but it's a purple, 87 cents. I found these beads that I just love the colors. They were $1.12. I also want to try those beaded pens. I think you probably all have seen those and know what they are. And then this was a lemon one that I thought would be pretty for summer. And I had looked at this fabric when I was there a few weeks ago, and I didn't buy it, and I decided to go ahead and purchase it. I think one thing I bought 2 yards. I think one thing I'm going to do is make a pillowcase. That'll only need a yard for. Even if I make 2, I'd probably do one with the base as one and the cuff as another, and then reverse on the other one. So that is the plan. But I thought maybe I also want to do a like junk journal, or either using a little golden book or something else. So I thought that might come in handy for something that I made with that. I also want to try, the hardware store in the town we used to live in has a little section where it's all handcrafted goods that people sell. And somebody was selling fabric bookmarks. And I thought, well, that would be cute with some of my themed. That one I'm not sure how it'll work because the girls are kind of big, so you might not really be able to. You'd have to cut carefully. Okay, I already shared that one. And also at Target this week, I did find the size that I had wanted last week that I could not find one more of them. I discovered after I ordered that I needed one more. I thought I had ordered an extra, and then I discovered I actually needed one more. So much for my planning ahead. But this is going to go in my planner station. And then I bought this one because I always seem to have a mixture of envelopes and whatever up on my desk of things that I'm currently working on. So I thought I might put them in here and maybe set them down alongside my desk so that they're not cluttering my desktop. And then I can just use that little stand for just the one current thing that I'm currently using on my computer. So that was my plan. But that's all I bought today. Like I said, hubby went to the neurologist today. Yes, I said he's definitely doing worse. The repetitive questions are getting more frequent and all that. He's like, okay. He says, 2 things I want to discuss with you. He goes, one is there is a new blood test out that is very highly sensitive for Alzheimer's. He goes, I'm pretty sure that's what he has, but I would like to run that test on him just as, an extra layer of diagnosis. I'm like, that's fine. He said, and the other thing I would like to do is put him on a patch. He told me what it was for. I don't remember the name of the medication off the top of my head. And then I said, I forgot to ask him whether I was supposed to do the patches replacing the medication he's on or if it's in addition to. I said, I don't want to be overdosing him on stuff. She says, I think that it's in addition to, but let me go ask him. And she went back and came back out and says, yeah, he says it is in addition to. So go ahead and continue what he's already on and add this on. He said this patch specifically targets the neurons that seem to misfire with Alzheimer's, so he thinks it may be helpful. I hope so. If you've ever had a loved one with it, especially if you have had to be the caregiver or live with somebody with this, you know how tough this is. I think it was hard I see my grandmother go through it, which was hard. But seeing your spouse go through it is a whole nother level. It tears your heart out. Luckily, most of the time, he seems to know who I am. Last week, I was kind of teasing him. We've always done that. About, give your favorite wife a hug. I said, or am I not your favorite wife? And he kind of looked at me weird. And I'm like, well, you know who I am, right? And he goes, yeah, you're mine. And he stops and goes, my mom. I'm like, no. And I think he knew I wasn't his mother. I think he knew I was his wife. I just don't think he could find the word wife. Just because the way he looked, you could see he was just struggling to find that word. And they do that. I find a lot of times if you give them a choice of, do you want this or that, and you show them and hand them out, I'm trying to, like, if I said, do you want this or this or that, he'll say that, but he'll reach for this. He'll say the opposite one that he really meant to say, and you can tell because he's grabbing for the other one. So he does that a lot. It's just, it's hard. The first time he didn't know who I was, it was like, I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest and then stomped on. And I know that pretty soon that will probably be the norm. But I'm hoping that maybe this patch will at least help for a while, that maybe things will improve a little bit, or at least won't deteriorate any more from here, honestly, I'd be happy with that for a while. Just not progressing downward more. So we'll see how it goes. It's a long, tough haul. I'm hoping to do a few more things in here, maybe this afternoon. I'm not sure. It's kind of late today already. And maybe a little, I feel like I need to sneeze. I'm sorry. And then I'm hoping to get in here tomorrow and pull some things out that I know don't go in here. There's some things that I'm either going to donate or maybe my daughters could use. And there might be a few items that possibly will just go into storage. I'm trying not to do that with too much, but sometimes with certain, like my TT stuff, I don't use all of that, but I like having it on hand so that if I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I need something to store this in, I have it already. Especially since I'm glad I did that, because the TT stuff you can't find now. Tiffany is planning to start a new company, but it probably won't be till 2026. That sounds so far away, and it's only 6 months, but or 7 months. But I feel so bad for her, but hopefully that this transition will go smooth. It would be nice if she could get her intellectual property back, which you may have heard recently that Michaels purchased Joann's intellectual property. They didn't purchase anything physical of Joann's. They purchased her intellectual property. That means like the Joann brands, the designs of stuff. Like Joann had some of their own yarn brands. Michaels bought the rights to those so that they can sell those. I don't know if that means the Park Lane stuff, if they're going to do that, because Michaels has a pretty good paper crafting. They have a lot of recollections and stuff like that. But if it does, and like the Top Notch brand, I know that was a Joann brand. I don't know if they got all of their brands. They specifically mentioned, I think, yarns and possibly fabrics, because that isn't something they carried a lot of. So they're trying to branch that out to try to fill the hole that the closing of Joann's created. Which, smart move on Michael's part, try to bring in some customers, some niche customers for that. And let's face it, if they do other crafts and they come in for that yarn that they always wanted before, they'll probably buy something else. I would love it if they would, like the one town we go to occasionally now has no craft stores. The one city, we're kind of in between two cities. One's bigger than the other, so they have more options. They have a couple Hobby Lobby locations, and they have a couple of Michaels locations, and they did have a Joann's location, and that closed. The other city had a Joann's, but now they have nothing. They used to have a couple local scrapbooking places. Those both closed. So it would be nice to see Michaels maybe look at that and say, they left some holes in some towns that Joann's was the only game in town, and now there's nothing. So maybe we should think about opening a store there. And that Joann had a huge fabric department, so I think that they really appealed to the seamstress, sewist, whatever you want to call them. I've heard them called multiple things. So it would be nice if they filled that gap for that market. The Walmart over there still carries a better selection of fabric than most of the Walmarts I've been to. Most of the Walmarts I go to have a little bit on the what do you call them? There's the bolt. They have bolts fabric, but it's mainly pre-cuts. This one still has the pre-cuts, but I think they had a little bit more on the bolt than the other one did. Sometimes still finding somebody to cut it for you is another story, but it would be nice if they would try to fill in that hole and get some so that people who sew and craft would have some place to go. Because really, for the people further close to share today, I want to thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next time.